Eventide released SplitEQ, which gives you a new, fresh approach to EQing by giving you separate EQ control over the transient and sustain part of audio. But the Entropy EQ Plus plugin by Sonible has been around for a few years and also gives you this exact control. So what are the differences and the similarities between the two, and which one will fit your workflow the best? Credit where credit's due. In the comments of the Eventide SplitEQ versus FabFilter Pro Q3 video, the next comment popped up a few times. Is SplitEQ not the same as Sonible's Entropy EQ Plus? I didn't have the answer right away, so I did some research and made this video. So if you have a question, just leave it in the comments, I will read it and might even make a video about it. When you click on the Entropy logo, you switch to the Entropy Filters. These special type of frequency filters is what makes this EQ plugin special. The entropy bands will control the weighting between the transient and harmonic part. Put it up and you will get more of the attack. Pull it down and the balance will shift to the tonal harmonic part. It does not control transients alone, it really does the balance and increase the transients or harmonic parts. Check it here on this acoustic guitar. You can hear the sustained harmonic part increase. Let's go to the high frequency part. If I switch to the normal curve, you can really hear the difference in approach. So Entropy EQ Plus will let you balance between the harmonic and transient part with basically one control, and that is a very user-friendly approach. On the other hand, Eventide Split EQ will give you individual controls over the transient and tonal part. The blue control will control the sustain or tonal as Eventide calls it, and the green will adjust the transient or attack. This is way more flexible than what you can achieve with Entropy Plus, but also more involved. It asks more understanding and experience to know what you want to achieve. SplitEQ also has audio-specific algorithms under the hood. You can set this here below and it will allow for better traction of the transient and tonal separation. Also, SplitEQ can do stereo width adjustments for both attack and harmonics, which Entropy EQ Plus cannot do. So in regards of flexibility and options, SplitEQ can do a lot more. Now all of those extra functions don't mean anything per se. Let's take this snare. I want to remove the cymbals, so to apply DeBleeding. The attack and sustain controls of both plugins lend themselves for this job perfectly. With SplitEQ I can get this result. And when I use Entropy EQ Plus and raise the weighting here, I can get this. You can hear an interesting difference between the two. SplitEQ leaves more of the snare sound intact with the settings I ended up with. And Entropy actually does a better job at removing the cymbals with less work, but also makes the snare sound a tad shorter. I actually prefer Entropy EQ Plus in this particular case if I focus on the removing of the cymbals. Both plugins can quickly adjust the balance between the transients and the sustain. Let me add a bit more attack with these squashed loud guitars. You can get something like this with Entropy EQ Plus. And with SplitEQ, something like this. Of course, there was some loudness difference, but I prefer Split EQ now. And Split EQ obviously benefits from the option to set an instrument-specific algorithm. The CPU usage of Split EQ is around 8% on my Cubase usage meter and just a few percent for Entropy EQ+. In my Windows Task Manager they both showed only a few percent, so really test out on your own system. The latency for both is high. Entropy EQ Plus does 85 milliseconds and Split EQ just below 75 milliseconds. So using them in recording or real-time monitoring is not an option. Price-wise there is a big difference. Standard pricing is that Split EQ costs twice as much as Entropy EQ Plus. But I would recommend checking the links in the description for the best deal. Both plugins are on sale right now and Entropy EQ Plus is actually really cheap via Plugin Boutique. Which one of the two plugins is best for you depends on your workflow. I personally prefer Split EQ because I can tweak a lot and the plugin is more versatile. But if you want a simple to use plugin to quickly adjust transients and the tonal path per frequency band, you're better off with Entropy EQ Plus. Split EQ can be a little overwhelming and it's easier to mess up your audio with it. To know the difference between Split EQ and FabFilter's Pro Q3, watch the video which is displayed on screen and linked in the description. I'll see you in that video.